Hey Saber fans, Tony here from Ronin Sabers, and today we've got an unboxing review for you. If you're new to the channel, I do install, repair, and review these sabers, so please like, comment, subscribe. Now today's going to be a bit different. We're going to do an unboxing review. We're going to review a Roman Props Inception. So this is Obi Wan's lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith. So naturally, I just got this in the mail, and so we're going to unbox it. Huzzah. Alright. So, we've got it unboxed now. I had some trouble with finding what part that was the lid. So we're going to take this thing out and kind of see what we got here. It looks like we've got two other things here. So I'm going to move this box out of the way. Alright, so it looks like we've got the clam card here. We've got, I think, a blade plug, a sound blade plug, which is cool. And we've got this thing, so I might need my knife for this. I might not. Let's see here. Okay. Aha. I will not. Alright. Alright, so it wasn't screwed in all the way. So this is, for those that don't know, I got this from Roman Props' website. These are his grade B ones. These are the blemished kits. So sometimes the clocking can be wrong. It's going to have some slight scratches on it. This isn't meant to be the shelf queen. This is supposed to be like a install lightsaber that you're not afraid to kind of mess around with because it already has blemishes on it. As you can see here, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it. Oh yeah, you can see that a lot. Really clear. So you have the blemishes on here. In here, just slight scratches on the chrome plating. There's been a few scratches around this, greebly here. You can kind of see it. Oh yeah, very easily. And then it doesn't look like that has a clocking issue at all. It looks like this is 90 degrees from the control box. So that's nice. You got your display pommel here. No huge blemishes in the emitter, which is good. No one's going to notice too badly about that. There's a little scratch about right there. That's a bit noticeable, but not too bad. And then this comes with a blade plug, which I'll take out here. I'm not sure what screw it takes. I think it's this one. We shall see. Look at that. Nailed it. And so, I'll take that out real quick. So, for those that don't know, Roman Props made several versions of this hilt, and their version 1s weren't terribly accurate. The clocking wasn't terribly correct, and then the control box. Oh no, I already said control box. The pommel and stuff wasn't correct either. Oh, that thing's in there. And so he's made several other versions since then, and this is his final version, which is a lot more accurate. Better machining. There's actual divots over here. It's not just a Graflex clamp type thing. They have the chamfers here and here, and then the card slip goes in there. And so this one's actually quite nice because you can fully take this thing apart, which I will show here as well. So the pommel, which is display. Oh, that's a lot of threading. Alright, so your display pommel, which has a few scratches on it, but not bad. Looks like it's pretty hollow. And then you've got this section here that screws off. And reveals threading there. Your sync knob, which is actually a lot of space in there as well. Put that here. Yeah, I'll put those two here. And we got the booster section with the Covertech, which these were clocked actually correctly. I'm surprised. You might need to sand down that Covertech if you're installing it. But other than that, the booster section there, which looks like anodized aluminum. So I'll put that there. And this is where it differs from other lightsabers. So it breaks in this section here, which makes it beautiful for crystal reveals or extra space in the saber itself if you want to do other things like a removable battery system or whatnot. So it breaks off there. So this control box here is completely separate. It has two male threadings on each side. And this is actually adjustable. You can twist this if you want to and make it so it clocks correctly, which is quite nice. And then it doesn't look like there's any problem with screws sticking out on either side. So that's cool. And then this grenade section here is separate from this thin neck here. It'll break. And then apparently from there as well. Is that one piece? No, this breaks off too. Yep. So this thin neck piece actually is in several sections. But this grenade section here breaks off there. And this section here breaks off in several pieces, which is quite cool. So you've got the little first part of the thin neck, and then you've got the little adapter there. I'll show those kind of right there. And then you've got this actual copper piece here as well. I just hit the camera. Oops. Anyway, so you've got this real actual copper piece here, which is quite nice. And you can unscrew that. And then you have a heat sink, aluminum heat sink in here, as well as your blade plug, which I mentioned earlier, which I was having some trouble getting out. So this is I think the first version of the Inception that got a blade plug. Otherwise, you had to buy a separate blade plug for it. And then for those people that are wanting to install a neopixel in here, there are several different ways to do that. This is really light. That's something that's I've noticed between like other sabers. This saber is extremely light, and I'm surprised because the MK1 is actually quite heavy, and so this seems like it's just aluminum. It's very light aluminum. Anyways, for people that want to install neopixel and stuff, you can trim this down or make a recessed blade or whatnot for this heatsink. And so it's very, very nice. And there's a lot of threading there versus what's on the MK1 or the Steel V2. And so when it comes to like sturdiness of the thin neck, it's pretty sturdy. You've got a lot of threading in there. But so now we're taking it apart. We're going to put it back together and then talk about anything else that comes to mind about accuracy or whatnot. So again, the actual copper, which is different than most Episode 3 Obis. I believe there are the other two that are out there right now is the 89 Sabers OWK3, which is, I think, one of the best as accuracy goes and weight and everything. And then we've got the Pack Stores OB3, I think is what they call it. And that one's not terribly accurate, but it's actually lighter than this lightsaber here. But there's other channels and stuff that have reviewed those and compared those. But I will have a comparison with this saber versus the OWK3 from 89 Sabers, just because I have the other one, which you can or can't see in the intro. And so it's a very cool saber. I'm not sure which one I'm going to end up preferring. I heard a lot of good things about Roman Props' Inception here. And this is funny because I was originally introduced to this saber first. I was like, I want an Episode 3 Obi, and this is back when Roman made his first version of it. And I was like, oh, I want it. It's the only one on the market at the time, or close to it. And then I didn't have any money to buy it at the time, and so I just waited. And then I end up now, ironically, have both of them, 89 Sabers and Roman Props. And so, so there you go. There you have it. Everything's back. This chrome plating makes the blade plug stick very hard into that crevice. It might be a blemish in the thing, but I'll keep the blade plug out for now. I'll show you off the display pommel, the vented pommel real quick, and the clamp card, so you can get an idea of what's that, because I haven't touched those yet. So they had a really cool kind of design. One thing I did like about the Roman Props' design was his vented pommel. It's different. It kind of reminds me of the original Master Replicas pommels that are kind of cool, versus, again, the 89 Sabers OWK3. We'll put that on there real quick so you can get an idea. So again, a lot of threading on this bottom piece. I'm very surprised with 89 Sabers OWK3. It's very different. But there you go. There you have it. Not sure how you can see it. I'll take off the pommel so you can see it a lot better. There you go. So you got your display pommel. Some cool venting there. And then the clamp card, of course. Now the clamp card is also made out of real brass, I believe. Just like 89 Sabers or a lot of clamp cards that are doing Revenge of the Sith, 7 Chambers, Anti-Flex, or 89 Sabers, Skinny Flex, all have brass cards. And so this is extremely thin. Holy cow. There we go. And thin as in like narrow too. Alright, so when you get it all together, which most people just glue this on, and then if you want to install it, you sand down this plastic piece, and you can put buttons underneath, and it'll create kind of a lever system. For me, I bought a stock button holder, so that was designed for this Inception, so I'll be using that instead of the original piece. But once you glue it on, or if you're just playing it, and just glue it on like that, it's all clocked perfectly. It looks very beautiful. And so, oh, it's going to fall off because it's not glued, but yeah. So yeah. So those are all the parts that come with it. This was the last one I bought. There's only one left in stock. Actually, a customer suggested that I get it. He was like, "It's the last one. It's discounted. You know, go ahead and go for it." And so that's what I did. And so we will have a comparison coming out shortly. And so until then, this baby is probably going to get installed. So originally, with price goes, the Roman Props Inception is most of them are very expensive. The Roman Prop MK1 is about $349, I think, and the same with the V2 that's fully weathered and all that jazz. With Roman Props Inception, he said that the blemish kits were going to be discounted, and so on the website it showed, you know, the 345 49 or whatever crossed out, and then the saber, the blemished one, for $259. Now in comparison to say 89 Sabers OWK3, its pricing was exactly $260, $265. It's getting up there now because they've made multiple, but because this is blemished, I was expecting a bigger discount for that. But again, as you can see, there's only like a few scratches and on it, which is not bad at all. It's still installable. It's still going to be a very good shelf queen. So I think it'll be worth. I think it is worth the amount that you paid for it, and I think it. If he ever makes another run of these sabers, definitely go grab one. It's definitely worth it, especially if you have the 89 sabers version, because again, you can kind of compare and choose which one you like better. And so, yeah, as far as price point goes, I think it was justified on what Roman Props was offering. The things that differ that make this less accurate or more accurate depending on who you're from, the one thing that sticks out to me with this saber, the Gen 3, is the chrome plated on the emitter. If you look at the Revenge of the Sith set photos for the hero prop, the chroming on the emitter here isn't actually like fully chrome. It's more of a brushed silver compared to the chrome plating on the control box and the pommel, and so therefore this here is a bit different, and I'll go into depth about that later in the comparison I'm going to make about what's more accurate and why. Another thing is that this here is more of a finished or brushed type of machining on it. It's not chrome plated as well, and so it's again not matching the rest of the hilt, which kind of sticks out to me. The booster section is nice in comparison to other sabers that I've had for Ben Kenobi or Obi Wan. I do like this booster section here. It sticks out a bit more. It's more dominant. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate yet or not, but I do like this booster section better. Now the clocking, the groove is supposed to be, if I'm correct, yeah, which you can adjust the clocking on this, but out of the box it's not going to be correct. The groove should be almost lined up with this control box, and then same with this this pommel here. This should be lined up with the groove, which looks like the booster's lined up pretty well. It's the pommel that will have to be adjusted, as well as this section here. And so overall, again, it's very accurate. Again, the newer versions have this chamfer on it, and so this control box, Roman was able to do a more accurate version of it, and so again, it just adds so much to the hilt. It is lighter because I think it breaks apart here, and most of this is aluminum compared to, I know that this is actual brass and this is copper, versus 89 sabers, it's entirely brass in this entire section, and then this section doesn't break off. So there's that'll add weight to that saber versus this one. The rest of it, like coming from a guy who makes like Roman props with MK1s and stuff, it's very interesting to see his take on the hero prop. And so I personally probably end up liking this chroming a lot better, even though it's not accurate, because it makes the whole saber more uniform. But anyways, I do have an 89 Sabers OWK3 that has been unboxed, reviewed, compared with other sabers, as well as installed, and it's part of my Obi Wan collection. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely go check it out. Links all of them are in the description. For this, I'll have a comparison coming up soon, and then this will probably be installed and also be reviewed on the channel. So be looking out for those. Have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.